Hello everyone, my name is Gültay. In this presentation, I will present my term project prepared within the scope of the Turkish education system and school administration course. In this project, I examined important topics in the field of education, such as education systems, social inequalities, multicultural education, organizational behavior, and school leadership. These topics directly affect not only the structure of education systems, but also the general structures of societies and equality of opportunity for individuals. My presentation consists of 5 main parts. First, I will compare the Turkish education system with a successful system in the world, Germany. Then I will examine the relationship between the education system and social classes in Turkey. In the third part, I will discuss the concept of multicultural education and evaluate the education policies of immigrant receiving countries. In the fourth part, I will explain the importance of organizational behavior for schools, and finally, I will explain the effects of school leadership and management styles of the quality of education with examples. Now, I would like to start with the first question. First question is, compare the Turkish education system with a successful system from around the world. Explain the key differences and similarities. As I said in the first question, we are asked to compare the Turkish education system with a successful education system. In this context, Germany appears as a very suitable example. Today, education systems have become directly connected with technology and industry, especially vocational and technical education plays a critical role in the economic development of countries. Because in a global competitive environment, countries need a qualified and productive workforce to be successful. In Turkey, vocational and technical education has remained behind academic education for many years. Students are generally directed toward a university-oriented system, and vocational schools remain in the background. This situation leads to a shortage of intermediate staff in the labor market. At the secondary education level in Turkey, students are divided into general high school and vocational high schools. In vocational high schools, students specialize in a certain field and receive both theoretical and practical education. In addition, the apprenticeship system is also included in the education process. However, one of the biggest problems of this system is that the connection between education and the business world is not strong enough. At this point, the German system provides an important example. The dual system implemented in Germany enables students to receive both school-based and workplace-based education. Students gain theoretical knowledge at the school on certain days of the week and knowledge, and gain practical experience by working in enterprises on the other days. The most important advantage of this system is that students are ready for working life directly after graduation. And at the same time, employers can train the qualified employees they need through this system. The education system in Germany is also not fully centralized, but has a more federal structure. States have authority over education policies. Despite this, there is a strong coordination within the system. The cooperation established between the state, employers, and unions ensures that the education system remains up to date and effective. Teacher training in Germany is also very comprehensive and important. Teacher candidates go through a long training process and gain both theoretical knowledge and practical experience. This directly increases the quality of education. When Turkey and Germany are compared, the main differences are as follows. While the system in Turkey is more centralized and theoretical, and the system in Germany is more flexible and practice-oriented. In addition, there is a strong connection between education and the labor market in Germany. In terms of similarities, both countries have vocational education system and students are directed to specific files. However, in terms of implementation and success, Germany appears to be more effective. This comparison shows us that in order for education systems to be successful, not only theoretical knowledge, but also practice, cooperation, and systematic planning are very important. Now I would like to move on to the second question. The second question is research the Turkish education system, taking into account differences between social classes and provide explanations regarding social issues. In the second question, the relationship between the Turkish education system and social classes is examined. The education system in Turkey has undergone significant reforms in recent years. One of the most important of these is the 4+4+4 education system. This system restricted compulsory education. However, the implementation of this reform without sufficient preparation led to some problems. Especially teachers experience difficulties in adapting to the new system. The inadequacy in service training and the technical problems encountered during implementation reduced the effectiveness of the reform. One of the most important factors in education is socio-economic status. Research shows that children from high-income families are more successful in education. The main reason for this is that these students have more material and cultural resources. Material resources include private lesson, educational materials, and technological tools, while cultural resources are related to the education level of families, reading habits, and the learning environment at home. Regional inequalities are also very clear in Turkey, especially in Eastern and Southeastern Anatolia. Educational opportunities are more limited. This situation is caused by factors such as economic insufficiency, lack of infrastructure, and shortage of teachers. In addition, language differences are also an important issue. Some students start school at a disadvantage because their mother tongue is not Turkish. This negatively affects their academic success. Gender inequality is also an important issue in education. In some regions, the rate of girls' participation in education is lower, unfortunately. This is related to social norms and economic conditions. As a result, inequalities in education are not only individual but also structural and social problems. Therefore, solutions require not only educational policies but also social policies. Now I move on to the third question. The third question is, what does multicultural education mean? Discuss issues related to the education system and policies of countries that receive immigrants. In the third question, the concept of multicultural education is discussed. Multicultural education is an approach that aims to ensure that students from different cultural, linguistic, and social backgrounds receive equal and fair education. This approach is especially important in countries that receive immigrants. Immigrant students often have difficulty adapting to the education system due to language differences. This negatively affects their academic success and social integration. In addition, these students may sometimes be exposed to discrimination. This reduces their attachment to school and engagement and makes the education process more difficult. Education policies play a key role at this point. Some countries expect immigrant students to adapt to the existing system, while others try to include them in the system while preserving their cultural identity. For example, Sweden offers various support programs for immigrant students. However, despite this, some inequalities still continue in the system. This shows that multicultural education is not only about creating policies but also about implementing these policies effectively. Now let us move on to the fourth question. The fourth question is, what is organizational behavior? Why is it important for a school, and how should it be applied to school development. Explain using examples. In the fourth questions, the concept of organizational behavior is discussed. Organizational behavior is a file that examines how individuals and groups behave within an organization. Since schools are also organizations, this concept is very important for education. In the schools, teachers' motivation, communication, and cooperation directly affect the quality of education. Positive organizational behavior increases teacher performance and improves the school environment. For example, when a school administrator supports teachers, it increases their motivation. Similarly, cooperation and information sharing among teachers positively affect student success. In order to apply organizational behavior to school development, leaders need to adopt a participative and supportive approach. Including teachers in decision-making processes increases their commitment to the school. And now I move on to the final question. The final question is, how do school leadership and management styles affect the quality of education in schools? Explain with examples. In the final question, the effect of school leadership and management styles on the quality of education are discussed. School leadership is one of the most important factors determining the quality of education. Different leadership styles affect the school environment and teacher performance in different ways. Democratic leaderships allows teachers to participate in decision-making processes and increases also motivation. Authoritarian leadership ensures discipline but may limit creativity. Today, the most effective leadership styles are transformational and distributed leadership. This style increases cooperation and also support school development, friendships, and like this. In conclusion, in this project, I examined education systems, social inequalities, multicultural education. We compared Turkey and Germany, organizational behavior, and lastly we talk about different leadership types. And the success of education systems is determined not only by academic content, but also by social, economic, and administrative factors. Therefore, a holistic approach is very important and should be adapted to improve the quality of education. And thanks for your listening.